Thank you for tuning in. You are listening to Shop Talk Radio, and I am your host, Styles by Joni. And today I have my co-host with me, Miss Star. Remember, guys, you are tuned into WDRB Media, the #1 station out there to listen to and follow. Remember to tune in on iHeartRadio, Apple Music, TuneIn, or Streamer. But guys, we're going to get right into it. Star, how are you?
I'm doing well, and you, beautiful?
I'm doing good. But I'm blessed.
You always look so beautiful.
So do you, and thank you. I appreciate that. So listen, guys, we are going to talk about the Mr. Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I mean, when I heard about his death, it was in the salon. So everybody was just talking, did you hear, that this guy passed away? And I'm like, what guy? Kevin Samuels. And I'm like, no, nobody believed it.
Shoptalk Radio 2020.
Okay. But nobody believed it. When did you hear about it?
I think I seen a post on Instagram, and it was just like when the rumors were starting to swirl. And when you see stuff online, you just don't know if it's true. You don't know if it's true. And it was like obviously it was right when it first happened. So nobody knew if it was actually confirmed.
Right. I know it was really, really like a shocker, like, no, not Kevin Samuels. Like, what is it? That's a rumor, but I'm talking about the news, the social media. It was just everywhere, and it was like a sad day.
Yeah.
For some.
Yeah, for some. I heard a lot of people that was celebrating and was happy.
Right. And a lot of people were celebrating, and I can understand like half and half. I'm like neutral with it. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff that he said and how his rhetoric was, it was a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm also neutral. And I'm definitely one to not want to speak ill of the dead.
No.
That's not something that's just not something that you should do. And no matter, unless somebody like really did something bad to somebody, like killed or raped them or something,
right,
you should never be happy when somebody passes away.
Yeah, now, that's terrible.
So like I said, it's very sad, but it makes me think about something my mom used to always say is you have to be very careful how you treat people. How you treat people, how you talk to people, because that's why those group of people or women or whoever the group of people who are
celebrating.
Yeah, because they didn't like the negative parts about him.
Right. Against Black women. You would think that he would celebrate the Black woman, but the funny thing is that the women flocked to him. Yeah. Like they flock to him for his information, which he reminds me of an uncle, like those uncles that you have that'll pat you on the butt, them kind of uncles, like them kind of uncles that just really didn't give a hoot, you know what I'm saying? And that's who he reminded me of. Like he gonna tell you how it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever philosophy he had in his mind, we don't know like what his upbringing was, you know what I'm saying? We don't know where he come from and who. Well, I don't, personally, I don't know him personally, but I think he had some issues,
I think so too. I just saw a very like short part of a video when he was talking to a lady, and he said how he was telling her he was also the only child. So
right.
I'm sure that something to do with it, and it just makes me really wonder how his relationship with his mother was, because something just kind of makes me feel like either maybe I don't know. I wonder, was his mom mean to him? Sometimes us as moms, we can be mean because it's hard being a mom. Sometimes you're not even trying to be mean when you're being mean as a mom. But I just wonder what his relationship was like with his mom, and then what was his relationship like with his girlfriends, and if he had a wife, his
I think he was married. He was married twice. I think he was married twice, allegedly. I think he was married twice. So, you know, what you were saying about how people felt about him. He was like you know how people have like cults, like those men that have cults and women that flock to him like pimps, and the women flock to him. That's what he remind me of, you know. And I don't know, it's just real sad in the way that he passed, you know.
It is, because from what I read, it said that the woman that he was with when he passed, he had just met her, from what I read, like the day before.
Right. That was like it was like a one night stand type of thing, and they actually got together. You know what I'm saying? And he actually, that was his demise.
Yeah, and that's the main thing that I try to avoid. I don't want any casual relationships like that. You know, that's not what I want.
I mean, for him, as the man that he was speaking against, the women that he was so against, and you can't have a six-figure man. Your quality of a woman is not of caliber for that type of man. Why do you think you deserve that type? But it's a I don't know, it's like a double standard type of thing. You're finding out that the way he went, you know, it's really, really sad.
It is. It definitely is.
He let me say this. He also has more followers now than he did before he passed away. People people didn't know nothing about Kevin Samuels. Now everybody wants to know about Kevin Samuels. They want to see who was this man? Like, what was his topics? What was he talking about? You know?
Yeah, I could see that, because like I said, I went back just to, because, you know, I would see little short snippet, like shorts of him being rude, you know, to women, saying things that were not nice. So I just wanted to go back and look at some videos, so I could definitely see how that happened. All of us going back, you know, looking just like Biggie used to say, though, you're nobody till somebody kills you.
Right. Isn't that something? That's deep right there, for real. Because you got to go back and see who he is, so before you pass judgment. You know what I mean? And I think I hopped on one of his posts before, because that was like the first time I saw him, and I was like, wow, he is something else.
Yeah, and you know, I will have to watch more. I probably will end up watching more, like a lot of us, but being neutral, not being for or against him.
Right.
What it just kind of made me think about is that he's telling something from a man's point of view. It's from a man's point of view first and foremost. So it's going to be more harsh and straight to the point than a woman's point of view.
Right,
you know?
right.
So, I mean, I love hearing men's point of view, you know, because us as women, we talk all of the time, and we have to acknowledge that the view is different from a man. So, I mean, I appreciate the things that he was saying. I appreciate when a man lets us know, you know, their perspective and how they're thinking.
How they think. Right.
Yeah. You know, because I've never dated a six-figure man, so I don't really know his perspective or what he thinks or his preferences.
Well,
you know,
his preferences would be, if you're gonna date me or a six-figure man like me, you know, a man that's here and you're down here, you have to meet him here. You know what I'm saying? Like, his perspective was like, you're not good enough.
Right.
Like,
and a lot
like you wear weave. Why would he want you? You're overweight. You know, why would he want you? You know, and I'm hoping that out of all of that rhetoric, because I do respect the man. I grew up off of men raised me. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that's how I learned about a lot of stuff through men. So his point of view was, you know, a lot of stuff was valid, but it was his deliverance.
That's true. And
his
that's why
deliverance.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Like my mom used to always say, you have to be careful how you treat people and how you talk to people, because those two things right there will have people rejoicing at your demise if you talk to them badly and treated them badly. you know.
Right. But he was I don't know. It's just a real sad day. But I know he had so many following. He had over 1.4 million followers that
Yeah, so
flocked to him. You know what I'm saying? So I know he have way more now. And then I heard that his mom found out just like we found out.
oh wow.
So I don't know. That makes me feel like, did he have a close relationship with the mom? Or did he have mom issues? Like, because he was real harsh. And then the woman that he passed away, that, you know, how that happened, she was of the lighter skin. She was, I think she was of another culture.
Everybody said she looked like she was mixed, maybe.
Right.
At the least, she looked mixed at the least, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. And there's a little bit of controversy on that, on how he passed. So that's a whole other story that, you know, they gonna have to do.
And well, I was just gonna say, you know, for I would say well over the last 10 years and probably longer than that, you know, men have kind of, well, I'm just gonna speak on Black men, have kind of, and I'm gonna say me personally, because I don't want to speak for all women, but they kind of prefer the mixed girls, you know, everything opposite of your normal Black woman.
Right.
You know, I just want to say normal. When I say normal, I just mean brown skin, any type of shade, don't look mixed.
Right.
When I say that, because I mean, I felt like that for a while, you know, like they prefer different races and mixed girls versus their queens, which is us.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
Which is nothing wrong with that, because see, I've also learned a lot from men. Sometimes you have to just take notes. And what I learned over the last 10 years is that as far as me, somebody being single, don't limit your dating just to your race. That's what I learned.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, is that men step outside the box. Men will date anyone. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do that. They're going to choose somebody else over a Black woman. You know what I'm saying? But we, as the Black women, we don't do that. We stick by our men. And I think that's a lot of our downfall too, while a lot of women are single, because they still looking for that Black man, that Black king, you see, which is, you know, but weigh your options, because it's slim to none out there. I mean, it's crazy. It's wow.
It's very true. So I'm just glad that I was, like I say, a neutral person in the matter.
Yeah, me too.
I'm definitely never gonna. Yeah, I'm definitely never gonna be happy when somebody passes away. Like, I mean, if it was a murderer, I could see somebody rejoicing.
Right.
You know,
yeah. I was really sad for him. Like, what in the world? Like, no.
I was just numb, because it was hard to believe it was true.
Very hard to believe that it was true. Very hard to believe. So he really left a mark. I think he really left a mark. And I really hope that those women that were maybe low self-esteem, maybe the women that were depressed and felt worthless and all that, I hope they rise up and be, you know, strong, and maybe learn something from it. Because I did hear a woman say that she was upset and really torn because he actually helped her marriage.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff that he was saying, it may have helped someone. It had to have helped, you know, some people, because he really was to the point. But again, his deliverance was off point.
I agree. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it helps somebody, because there are some women who really want, you know, a certain status of a man.
Right.
And you know, want a man that makes six figures. I remember seeing, like I said, a video about that, and he kind of went in on her.
Yes, he did.
You know, I make six figures. I want a man that makes six figures. And then he started talking about makeup and weave and what you look like without that. This is
right. But she makes six figures though.
Right.
You know,
But I think that I'm sure that he was helpful because, like I said, I've never dated anybody that made six figures. So he would be helpful to me and
Right.
maybe knowing a little bit of perspective and the mindset of somebody.
How they think.
Yeah, and what they want, because according to him, they don't want me.
Right, Lord, and they don't want me, Lord, but that's okay, because you know what? A lot comes with that type of man too. And
Yeah,
I know me. So you trying to control me and what I can do, what I need, no, that, they can have that,
right.
I'll live. But I just wanted to say, yeah, I would live, every woman is different, they need the six-figure man, but
Yeah, I'm good. I'm definitely good without the six-figure man.
yeah, the six-figure man, no. If he was like Kevin, no, man, no, sir. We'll be fighting. We'll be what? No.
Yeah.
Now, see, when I say that, people may say, "Oh, yeah, she's aggressive." They like to say the black woman is aggressive and the black woman is masculine, and I done heard that masculine. How can a black woman,
Well,
whatever? But
I just want to say real quick. I just want to insert right in there is that
okay,
as a black woman, okay, that's not mixed. As a black woman, I know I do a lot more than a lot of the other races. Not saying that Hispanics don't do as much as me and whites don't do as much as me, but for the most part, as a black woman, a single black woman, I do a lot more, when you're actually having to be mom and dad. So that can make you more aggressive.
right.
But it's not something that's intentional.
Right. And it's not something that's wrong. Like,
Yeah.
but to say this, to say, Kevin Samuel said something, and I want to leave that right there. I thank you for coming on with me and doing a little bit of talk about Kevin Samuels, because he really left a mark, and he's gonna have a more of a following. I don't know how that works, but people are looking him up to see who was this guy. At least he left that versus dying the way he passed. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll look past that. But I just want to say, he left. He said this: building a family builds wealth. So
I like that.
He did say some good things, but you gotta catch them. But building a family builds wealth, and that is a true fact. Family together, and you build together, you can build wealth, and that's a true statement. So I just want to leave that right there with Kevin Samuels' death. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, and I hope you went to the other side and not the other side. Do you have
I say yes, that's what we hope.
That's what I hope. I hope he went to that side and not that side. But do you have anything you want to say before we close?
I just want to say I definitely agree with that last quote. Because I remember someone recently saying just by having a wife or by having a husband is a life hack. It makes life easier than when one is by itself navigating life, that when there's two, just like it's written, if one falls, there's one to help the other up. So
amen.
It's better with two people.
I agree. I will agree, and that's why I will keep my mate.
Okay.
I'll keep my mate. That's okay. I'll keep my mate. But again, guys, thank you for tuning in to Shop Talk Radio 2020, WDRB Media. Star, my co-host. Thank you, my lady. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to tune in Wednesdays, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:45 on the other side. Be blessed and definitely not stressed.
This is Shop Talk Radio 2020, Styles by Joni, your girl Star Green. Stay tuned.
That's right.